सांसों की ज़रूरत है ऐसे, एक ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर चाहिए ज़िंदगी के लिए। एक ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर की कीमत तुम क्या जानो रमेश बाबू। किसी कोविड पेशेंट की जान बचाता है एक ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर। कहीं लाखों में बिकता है एक ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर, कहीं ब्लैक में ख़रीदा जाता है एक ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर, कहीं किसी के घर में होल्ड किया हुआ है एक ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर। किसी कोविड पेशेंट को सांस देता है एक ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर। सॉरी फॉर ऑल द बॉलीवुड ड्रामा। आई एम रिचा ऋत्विका. I am going to talk about COVID-19 coronavirus. On July 2020 last year, I got infected with COVID-19 coronavirus. At that time, I had thought I am going to share my experience about COVID-19. But then I thought there is already a lot of information available on the internet. What is the need to do that? But now, this year 2021, I see again a sudden rise in the COVID cases. And this is not just a rise, it is an exponential outburst of COVID cases. Whenever I open my social media account, I see only COVID updates. Someone is infected with COVID-19 virus, someone is looking for oxygen cylinder, oxygen ventilators, oxygen concentrators, ICU beds, and plasma or medicines related to COVID-19 which have been prescribed by the doctor. Some of us have unfortunately lost our loved ones to COVID-19, while some of us have survived the COVID-19 coronavirus. I'm not really going to talk about my experience of COVID-19. What I am going to talk about is a COVID Act. I feel there is a need for a COVID Act. We need a COVID Act. Yes, an act. A. Acknowledge and accept that there is a coronavirus disease, COVID-19 disease. This is not an hoax. This is not a rumor being spread by the government of India. A COVID-19 coronavirus which is highly contagious, which spreads from human to human through the human droplet when one coughs or sneezes. This COVID-19 coronavirus spreads from that. Through the water droplets of cough, sneeze, sweat, this virus spreads. There are different carriers for different viral infections. Well, the COVID-19 coronavirus started in 2019 in Wuhan, China. In November 2019, Chinese government informed WHO, the World Health Organization, that yes, there is this new disease which is spreading in our city and a lot of people are dying because of this. In January 2020, India had its first COVID-19 case. 2 girls who had returned from Wuhan, China to Kerala were found COVID positive. After this, the flight operations between India and China were stopped. It was thought that this will help in curbing the coronavirus spread. But unfortunately, we live in a global environment and this disease had already spread to other countries like US, Europe, Italy, China. It was already there, Australia, New Zealand, Russia, Brazil, you name any country and this virus was there. Irrespective of the weather conditions there, the geographical conditions there, this virus was there. So in February 2020, the government of India decided that all the international passengers who are coming back, they will be advised to stay in home quarantine for 14 days so that the coronavirus spread can be stopped. There was this interesting incident where a couple returned from their honeymoon from abroad to Bangalore. The husband was tested COVID positive and he was hospitalized. At that time, the doctors were not aware about the mild, moderate, and severe symptoms. At that time, 2020 February, this disease was still new. So anyone who was getting infected with COVID-19 coronavirus, they were being hospitalized. So this husband was hospitalized. The wife's swab sample was taken and she was advised to stay in a home quarantine for next 14 days. But instead of staying in a home quarantine, this lady decided to travel down to her hometown. After this, the Bangalore authorities had to figure out her hometown, contact the local police there and coordinate with them to get the lady hospitalized. They now could not bring her back and get others infected with the COVID-19. They just wanted her to get hospitalized. One thing she did not realize in this whole travel, that she might have infected some of her fellow passengers who would have come in contact with her with the COVID-19 virus. Well, after this, I think the government of India decided that telling people to stay in home quarantine is not going to work. So we need to come up with something else. And they decided to stamp all the international passengers who were coming that they need to be in home isolation for 14 days. But another interesting incident happened in the city of Mumbai. There were these two passengers who had come from the international destination who were stamped, who took a local train. Well, people in Mumbai are a lot aware. So as soon as the fellow passengers saw their stamped hands, they realized that these people have come back from international destination and they should be in home quarantine for 14 days. So they immediately informed the railway police about this, and then the railway police further took action. I believe because of all these incidences and the rising cases, government of India decided that they need to go for a lockdown. In the month of March, North India celebrates the festival of color, Holi. So the government advised that this time please do not celebrate this festival in crowd. Stay home, stay safe, try to maintain social distance with people, physical distance with people, and avoid playing this color festival Holi. Some people followed, while others really did not follow the government's advice. On 22nd March 2020, the Janata Curfew was declared when the government of India and our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi requested people to stay at home on that day, that they should not go out on site on that day and stay at home. So people followed the Janata Curfew very religiously, very diligently. Everyone stayed in the house. The surroundings around my house was very quiet, calm, no vehicle noise, no people around, nothing. Only I could hear the birds chirping, and it was a melody. I don't really remember when was the last time I heard these birds chirping. So I heard these birds chirping. Anyways, coming back to the COVID-19. So 22nd March, Janata Curfew was declared. We were already anticipating that this is a trailer for a bigger picture. And the bigger picture was announced for 23rd March. That was a lockdown. A 21-day long lockdown was decided. Government of India thought that a 21 days long lockdown will be enough for people to, stopped going out, and this will also help in controlling the COVID-19 cases and reduce the COVID-19 cases. But unfortunately, this did not happen. After the 21 days, again the lockdown was further increased, and then there were news about migrant workers leaving the city, going to their hometowns, and all sorts of these news. All the public transports were stopped, even the trains had halted, no trains were running around. So a lot of people went walking. Media covered their drama. Somewhere the lockdown was not really followed strictly, and slowly cases started coming up from almost all states of the country. The lockdown kept on increasing, and people kept on avoiding the guidelines which were prescribed for coronavirus. Some marriages got postponed, some marriages happened, a lot of things happened. But the thing was that how long could the government close down their people? How long could people stay inside the house? This was affecting the work scenario. Not everyone could do the work from home, so they had to open up things slowly. Things started opening up slowly. Slowly and slowly, we thought we will be able to handle COVID-19. But if I look today, I feel that somewhere people still do not acknowledge and accept that this disease is there, and we need to follow COVID protocols. We need to maintain physical distancing. We need to avoid crowd. We need to wear mask properly, not just cover our mouth. A lot of people do this. We need to cover our face like this. The nose and the mouth both should be covered. Some people wear the mask just on their chin. I don't really understand. What are they trying to protect? Are they trying to protect their chin from something? Maybe the wind. When the virus enters through air which you take from your nose and the mouth. So until and unless you will not acknowledge and accept that there is this disease, I feel you are not going to follow the COVID protocol. The first and foremost thing is to acknowledge and accept that there is this disease which is real, which is dangerous, which can take lives, and even if it does not take life, it can be life threatening. And once you recover, you might feel that you have won a war. The second thing in the act is C, that is check and control. Have a check on yourself. Many a times we ignore the simple symptoms which we have. We might be coughing, but we ignore. And this is nothing. I am not COVID positive. This cough could be because of anything. On July 2020, when I along with my husband got infected with COVID-19 coronavirus, it was the time when monsoons have started. It was raining, and one night we started feeling cold because of monsoon. We thought that this we started having coughing the next day. We thought that this is because of the monsoon season. We did not at that time realize that this could be because of COVID-19, and only because of the check which I had put, I got to know that I am COVID positive. I did not take that coughing lightly. On 18 July, which was a Saturday, at night I started getting the COVID symptoms. On Sunday, since OPD is closed and most probably a junior doctor would be there, I decided not to visit that day. But Monday, I specifically went to the hospital, met the doctor suggested a COVID test. I gave my sample and I was tested positive for COVID-19. And that was the time I realized, yes, coughing is a symptom of COVID-19. It cannot be ignored. We need to check. If we are coughing, we cannot simply ignore that it could be because of the weather, or maybe it could be just like that, or maybe something I ate because of which I am coughing. No, it could be because of COVID-19. The sooner you have a check on yourself, the sooner you will start getting the treatment, the sooner you will recover from the disease. Yes, people lose taste and smell in COVID-19, but this does not happen immediately. The first symptom could be coughing, it could be body pain, it could be headache, it could be fever, it could be anything. So check on yourself and get yourself tested. Do not fear a COVID test. If you come out COVID positive, please do not fear. Do not start getting panic attacks. Believe me, you can survive COVID-19. Just follow the doctor's advice. Follow whatever doctor is advising you. And along with that, yes, do your breathing exercises, do pranayam, drink a lot of hot water, drink kadha, take lemon water, take lemon tea, and keep yourself hydrated. This will help you to fight COVID-19 coronavirus. The third thing is T, treatment and being thoughtful. Treatment, which the doctor will tell you what medicines to take, to what extent are you infected with COVID-19, to what severity the COVID-19 has made an impact. Only a doctor can take, and only a doctor can tell you what medicines you should take. When I was infected with COVID-19, thankfully the symptoms were not very high. I had a mild COVID, so I did not have to take heavy steroids or heavy medicines for getting recovered from COVID-19. But some people have to take if they have to recover. And yes, keep a check on your other health parameters. Well, I am going to again share an incident. This was sometimes 10 years back. At that time I was working with Infosys. One day in my mailbox a mail appeared. It was a condolence mail. A young man, somewhere around the age of 35 to 45, had died because of heart attack. His condition deteriorated in the office. He was taken to hospital and there he was declared death. He had an heart attack and he died. At that time itself I had realized that after the age of 30, one must get their health parameters checked, whether they have hypertension, whether they have diabetes, whether they have thyroid or some other sort of illness. They should get themselves checked. Again, we cannot ignore and say that I cannot have hypertension, I cannot have diabetes, I am too young for all these. Well, the sad story is that these days even a 15-year-old child has diabetes. So we cannot say that I cannot have hypertension or I cannot have a diabetes. Get yourself checked after an age of 30. Keep all your parameters in control. If you start having diabetes or hypertension, consult your doctor as to what needs to be done. Can it be controlled with some of the dietary changes, some of the lifestyle changes, or do you really need to get into a medication? If you will keep your check these parameters on check, well, it will be a little easier to fight COVID-19 virus. So coming back to the T, treatment and being thoughtful. So if you have hypertension or diabetes, you need to get yourself treated for these diseases also. When I was infected with COVID-19 coronavirus, I immediately next day got a call from municipality after giving my swab sample that your COVID report is positive and you are COVID positive. So I was like, okay, now what I need to do? So they said that whether you want to go for a home quarantine or an institutional quarantine. I said, home quarantine, what are the system? So what is the system? So they said that in home quarantine, you need to stay in a room separate from the other persons who are negative, have a separate toilet, bathroom, and they should give you food from outside. You have that food, wash your plate, sanitize your area properly. Whatever garbage you are throwing, sanitize that. Make sure that other people are COVID negative. So I said, okay, fine. So I was given a home isolation. Immediately the municipal person came to my house and handed me the medicines which were needed for COVID-19. This effort the Thane Municipal Corporation took, which I really appreciate. I am not sure whether this is happening in other cities or not, but this is something which should happen, because once you are COVID positive, you cannot really go out. So someone should be there who can come and hand over the medicines which are required for COVID-19. So I got my medicines and then I got whatever treatment was prescribed by doctor and I followed that. Be thoughtful. When I am saying be thoughtful, I really mean it. There have been cases where people have been found COVID positive. They have been asked to stay in a home quarantine. But instead of staying in a home quarantine, they decide to go to their hometown. They decide to travel to some place. And in the process, they do not realize that as they will be taking the public transport, they are going to infect someone else also along with them. Maybe you have a strong immune system, but the next person might not be having that strong immune system to fight with virus. So why don't you stay at home and follow all the government guidelines for COVID, the doctor guidelines, the COVID guidelines which are there, which have been given by WHO, ICMR and all the medical authorities, organizations. Be thoughtful. Think about others. Just don't think about yourself. You may be having a strong immune system. You might be able to fight the COVID-19 coronavirus, but others might not. So ACT the act is acknowledge, accept, control, check, treat, thoughtful. Somewhere we need to have this in COVID. Only then we can actually fight with COVID and actually, bring down the cases. When will the vaccination happen? That we don't know. But we need to take some action from our side if we really want to bring the cases down, if we really want to bring this COVID under control. What we are not realizing is that the healthcare workers, they are working tirelessly because of our carelessness. With increasing number of COVID cases, with increasing number of severities, the number of cases in hospitals is high. It is very difficult for doctors to give attention to each and every patient, for the medical staff to reach out to each and every patient. Last year when we were in lockdown, there was this news coverage from Italy. Last year in Italy, the news was coming that the COVID-19 cases are rising. There is a huge number of deaths. 729 people died. The highest number of deaths happened today. The next day the figure was even more high, that so many people are dying in Italy. And then there was this journalist who had wore a PPE kit and everything, and he had gone inside a hospital and tried to cover the COVID scenario there. There he interviewed the healthcare staff. The doctors told that they are having huge COVID patients coming. Some of them are lying outside, some of them are on stretchers. Their ICU beds are occupied. On each ICU bed there is a patient lying with all the monitors, the BP monitor, the heart monitor, the pulse monitor. All the monitors are put on the body. Each machine is beeping. They do not realize whose machine is beeping. They are continuously on a move from one patient to another patient to check whether they are fine or not. And then this doctor said that even serious condition patients are lying outside. We don't have space to accommodate them. We don't have space to give them ventilator beds. We don't have space to give them ICU beds. They need ICU, they need ventilators. Until these patients do not go out, they will not get the beds. The situation was so grim in Italy that the medical staff which had retired, the doctors, the health workers which had retired, they came back to treat, and some of these doctors even died in trying to help people fight with COVID. The situation was such that the final MBBS students, they had been asked that they should join the medical team, the medical workforce, and start working with them on the COVID front. It was like a war which Italy was fighting. And similar situation is happening in India. Doctors, medical staff, healthcare workers are literally on a war and trying to provide the best treatment. Some are successful enough to recover and come out of that ICU bed, that ventilator bed, and go back to their home. But some of them are really unfortunate. They do not make out of the hospital. So do we really want to get into a situation where the hospital staff never gets to sleep? We have not really talked much about their condition. They are working tirelessly. They are seeing people dying around them. I don't know what kind of mental condition they would be having currently. Some of them would now be tired, or they have just given up and just working like anything just to save lives. On our part, we really need to do something to make sure the COVID cases start coming down. If we can stay home, that is well and good. If we cannot, then let us try to follow all the COVID protocols. Let us try to wear masks properly, maintain social distancing, sanitize our hands, wash our hands, sanitize the place where we sit, before we take our place, the toilet, bathroom, common places, whatever we use, let us sanitize that and use that, so that we can actually try to reduce some COVID cases. And yes, we need to make GST a part of life. G, gargling. S, steam twice a day. GST, gargle, steam twice a day. And this will help you feel better. Whether it can help you recover from COVID, that is secondary. Primary is this will help you feel better. Have a positive attitude. When I say positive, with P I mean have patience. O, be optimistic. S, be strong. I, feel incredible. Yes, you are incredible. T, be thoughtful. And this I is I. The next I of positive is I. You, yourself. You need to think about yourself. V, be valuable. Add value in whatever way you can. Help people in whatever way you can. E, escape. Escape from all the negative environment. Escape from all the negative thoughts you have about COVID-19. Escape for any negativity you have around you. This will help you stay positive. This is what is the need of our. Be positive. If there is a COVID patient around you, do isolate them. But that isolation should be only to the room, not a real social distance. That you don't talk to the person, you don't take their health updates, talk to them. Nowadays we have a system of video calling. Call them, talk to them on the video call. Make their spirits high, make them laugh, make them feel better. This will help them come out of the deadly disease COVID-19. And with all these things, I would like to end my thought on COVID-19. Thank you once again. This is Richa Ritvika signing off.